this is Petra from Keeping It Real and Raw. It's day 47. Can you believe it? Anyways, today is a really special day. It's my birthday today, and I am 56 years old. Can you believe that one? Make a wish. Woohoo! Anyways, I wanted to show you the hazelnut ice cream cake that I made. It's all raw, non-dairy. And I'm hoping to be able to splice some of the process that I did in making this awesome cake. And anyway, so if you follow the video a little bit further down, you'll see how I made this awesome cake. Anyways, tomorrow is weigh-in day. We'll just see what happens. It's been a crazy weekend with Valentine's, today my birthday, but it's all good. I have lots of family and friends coming over today, so there is going to be some little bit of eating going on, but it's all good. I'm having a good day. I hope you guys will too, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye. Hi, this is Petra. I'm coming from my kitchen this Thursday on day 43 to show you the process of what I'm doing in making my Valentine's surprise. Now, what you see before you is my Spectra 11 nut grinder, and it is really awesome. It is a unique grinder, just like in the olden days, the stone wheels that are turning around, and it's going to take about a couple of hours, but what I'm making is hazelnut butter. And I need the hazelnut butter because I am going to make a frozen hazelnut ice cream cake for tomorrow. So what I've done is I've taken about 2 or 3 cups of ground hazelnuts that I ground in my blender, and now I'm slowly feeding it into the machine to make nut butter. And this will take about 2-3 hours. So, and then I have to make nut milk. So, I soaked about a cup and a half of hazelnuts in water. I've put them in my blender here. I'm going to add 3 cups of water, and I'll show you in a second how beautiful nut milks come out. Okay, so I'm ready to take out my nut butter, and here we go. It is just beautiful. Look at that. This is the finished product of hazelnut butter. Now, the longer you let the motor run and turn, the more softer, lighter the butter becomes. But this is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, and this is good enough to make ice cream. There you go. So now what we're going to do is I need at least 1 cup here. I've got my almond milk, my 2 cups of almond milk. I'm going to need at least a cup to maybe a cup and a half, because this is going to go into the ice cream machine maker now, and then in about half an hour or so I will have ice cream, and then at that point I will put together my cake. So there you go. So I'm going to whip this up. I've also put here 2 cups of hazelnut milk, 1 cup of xylitol sugar, excuse me, 1.5 cups of hazelnut butter, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So we're going to mix this up, and once this is mixed up I will taste it, but in the meantime we've got to make a base for the ice cream cake. Just like Dairy Queen has, they have their wonderful chocolate crumble and so forth. So what we're going to do here is I have put 2 cups of hazelnut, 12 medjool dates, a pinch of salt, and, because we're going to make it a little chocolatey, a good heaping teaspoon of raw cacao. There you go. The raw cacao powder. Okay, and we're going to get this going, And the consistency, I will show you the consistency. It doesn't take long to get the proper consistency. It might be a little loud, so hold on. Okay, well, now we're ready to somewhat put the cake together. So here what I've done is I've got a heart-shaped pan, and I've placed a plastic wrap inside so that we can take it out easier outside after. And the base here, I ended up using 2 cups of hazelnuts, whole hazelnuts in my processor with 17 medjool dates and a pinch of salt. So there you have it. Now my ice cream maker just finished making this beautiful hazelnut ice cream. So we're going to put a layer of hazelnut ice cream in the cake. And we're going to spread that over the base. And any leftover that doesn't go in this cake, I am going to put in a glass jar and have it for another day. Only a day where I'm not supposed to have so much fat, because this is really nice and full of fat. So there we go. Oh, we got so much ice cream. This is just in the auger part. Okay, so what I've done after, so I'm going to spread this over the base. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I think it might end up sinking into the ice cream, because I want to do a couple of layers on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the freezer, and then what I've made is I've made some coconut whipped cream. Now when it's frozen, it'll be like vanilla coconut ice cream. And how I made that was I got 2 cans of coconut milk, and you make sure that there isn't too much liquid in there, and you put them in the fridge, get them nice and cold. The blender, the hands to the blender, put them in the freezer, and the pot that you're going to make, put that in the freezer too, and get it all nice and cold. Then open it up and just take the hard part of the coconut milk. The liquid, don't use the liquid, or very, very little of the liquid. And then just add your sugar. Now I've been using xylitol. So xylitol is a natural sugar that is made from birch trees. So, or xylitol or ixitol, xylitol, I think that's how you pronounce it. And so that helps for your blood sugar not to go up as high. So I will come back when I'm finished preparing. So it's going to take a little bit, a few minutes to put in the freezer to harden up, because then I would like to put a little bit more of the nut base in between, and then the coconut, and then the hazelnut. If I've got enough, I'll put hazelnut on top. So we'll come right back. Okay, I am back again, and boy oh boy, I am wearing chocolate, I am wearing hazelnut ice cream all over me. It is now 8:30 at night. So this is definitely a labor-intensive piece of love work here that I am doing here for tomorrow. So long day, not to do this every day. But so what I've done now is I've just taken out the cake out of the freezer. It's a little bit hard, so now the crumble, the nut crumble, will sit on top without necessarily sinking in. I did that to both of them. And now I'm going to put my coconut cream on top for this layer, and just spread that over into this here. So now this is going to have to freeze as well, so that I can put the last layer of ice cream on here. Unless, of course, this is quite cold right now. All right. Let's get this coconut cream on this half here. Okay, so that part's looking good. Okay, so there you have it. Now, these will go back in the freezer, and then the last bit of hazelnut ice cream gets put and spread nicely on top, and I might decorate it with a few more hazelnuts around the heart. We'll have to see. Anyway, so tomorrow you will see the finished product because I am doing timeout now. I am kaput. Oh my God. To tell you about these crazy strawberries, oh my good Lord. I ended up making these strawberries while it was in the freezer. So these are my strawberries, but didn't quite do them as good as I hoped to do them. But nonetheless, I think they're going to taste real good. So we will see you tomorrow morning.